It's time for bookkeeping, beer, and BS. But I got this damages and repairs stories. And as I said it, I was like, oh my God, yeah, Kristen's house. So we had a home cleaning business in Minneapolis, and that was like the first business I ever started from scratch. I was out scrubbing toilets, dusting shelves, vacuuming floors. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a really good cleaner. I'm really freaking good. Like, I didn't think I was, right? Because I was the guy that would like intentionally not be good at the dishes to try to get it so my parents wouldn't make me do the dishes. Never totally backfired, right? Works now. My wife didn't catch on to it. She crushes the dishes. She knows not to let me do it. But I did expose myself that I'm pretty damn good at cleaning. And I was just a machine, right? Half the time I'd be cleaning up after myself. I'd be cleaning so hard, I'd be sweating. The floor would get covered my sweat. I'd be like mopping up right behind myself. But I was out because I cleaned so fast. I would knock stuff over. And we had this one customer. Thank God she was a family friend. I was in her house. It was Christmas time. She had nice stuff, which a lot of home cleaning clients have nice stuff. And then you're trying to clean around it. And I'm like on a phone, dusting a thing, picking up a thing in my arm to like make sure it doesn't drop, right? It's Christmas time. I'm at her house. And she has this like fireplace that sticks out from the wall with a big old like ledge over the top of it, like a big shelf over the top of it. And I need to dust that whole thing off. But then she's got these just weighted hooks that hang over the edge. They're not like secured. There's just a weight on the top, a hook that hangs over the edge with like ornaments and stuff hanging off of them. And I'm trying to reach to dust. And I bumped one of these ornaments and right, like, and they're just the most like dainty little fragile glass. I mean, it might as well have been a fucking asteroid. The whole, like, there's glass from like wall to wall. I don't know how it shattered so ridiculously, but it took me 15 minutes just like try to find all the shards. Cause I'm like, God forbid somebody comes home after the house cleaner was here and like steps on a broken piece of glass, right? And it's impossible to see. It was like, you know, when you break a shelf in a fridge, not that I've ever broke one except for those couple times. But it's that like fracturing, tempered glass. And it just shatters into a shit ton of pieces, just like, woo, like everywhere. If you haven't broken one, you should try it. It's actually kind of cool. Make sure it's an old fridge. Like, don't do it with your new fridge or your spouse will be super pissed. But if you do it with an old fridge, it's fine. But that was what it was like. It was just like glass freaking everywhere. So I'm cleaning that up and I have to text her and I'm like, Kristen, I'm so sorry. I knocked this, and I think I had I took a picture of the part of it that was identifiable because the rest of it was, evaporated into thin air. I don't know where it all went. And so I texted her and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. I broke this ornament. Can you let me know where you got it from so I can replace it? And she's like, oh, I got that. And now like she's maybe in her 50s or 60s. She says, I got that from my grandma. They don't make those anymore. That was kind of priceless. And I'm just like, oh no, like what have I done? And I'm like searching for it. I'm like, is there anything I can do to like replace it? Like any other ornament that you like? I just, I'm feeling freaking terrible, right? And it's like, it's my fault, but it's such an easy thing to break. And so it's like, I don't know what to do with it, right? I think I just gave her the cleaning for free. It was like $150 or $200 or whatever. I was like, it's on me, right? I'm back there. I think she was every 4 weeks. And she lived right down the street. So it was like, it was a house that I cleaned pretty regularly for half a year or so. And so I'm back in there the next time. I'm being super careful, but I'm still cleaning really fast because I got to clean fast because I got a business to run and I got 100 employees across the country. I'm out like cleaning these houses, right? So I'm just doing my thing and I bump a damn picture frame. I mean, not bump it. I'm like dusting it, right? I'm dusting this picture frame and it's one of those things where it's like there's a picture frame here and then diagonally down there's another picture frame and then diagonally the other way. So it's like this design of picture frames on a wall and I'm dusting the top one. And it decides it doesn't want to be a part of this wall anymore. And so it jumps off and it jumps off, but not far enough that it misses the rest of the picture frames. It just jumps off to the side where the other picture frame was. And then it's like I'm in the middle of a goddamn game of Plinko. I'm like playing goalie, like I'm in a hockey game, like kick save and grabbing these. And I caught 4 picture frames. I wish there was I hope she has a camera in the house on me, because it would have been epic. It would be like Sports Center, like I'd have been top 10 for sure. So many saves. But one of them was not a save. So literally like the next time I'm in her house, I gotta be like, hey, Kristen, you know those pictures you got on the wall? One didn't want to be there anymore. And it tried to take it was kind of like a bad group of employees. Like one didn't want to be there anymore, and it tried to take all the others with it. And I was able to save 4 of them, but that was it. So I felt somehow she stuck with us after that, but I could just hear in her voice. She was just like, what? Like, can you find somebody else to clean my house that isn't so damn clumsy? And I'm like, but internally I'm just like, no, like I'm doing a good job. Like I was cleaning the shit out of that. That picture frame was like, that was going to fall if the door was open. It was just hanging on by a thread. So anyway, that's my damages and repairs story of how I'm such a klutz cleaning houses. But I did that one. I was able to look at the back of, do some searching, and figured out that they had the same ones at Michael's. So I was able to replace that one. So I was 1 for 2 on the replacement effort. But man, those damage repairs, especially when it's you.
It's like, when it's you. I was going to say, if that would have been an employee who did that somewhere else, you would have been like, really?
Yeah. Come on.
2 weeks in a row?
Oh God, I was so embarrassed. It was just like, oh, I got to make this phone call again. At least it wasn't something from her grandma. Oh, that was my grandma's picture frame. Like, oh my God. But it wasn't. Thank goodness.
Irreplaceable.
That was, yeah, when she told me that, I just melted into a puddle. Oh, that was from my grandma. Oh no. Hey, what's up, business nerd? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned a heck of a lot watching that episode. Do me a favor, subscribe right down here. And if you really like what you saw, you got more goods right here. Check out this one, or check out this one, and do this. Go subscribe. Appreciate you. Work smarter, work harder, go earn yourself some pride. Catch you on the next one.